Welcome back. We're working on the Cressida today, not a Land Rover. I dragged it out from the garden, covered in spiderwebs, all the good stuff. I brought it in to build a new exhaust for it, also make a new header for it. A lot easier to do on the hoist. That's nice. The other exhaust manifold, a little bit crap, you could say. This one's, I think, a lot better. It definitely revs harder. The exhaust is a lot bigger as well. Also made some new engine mounts, so when the motor's fanging around in there, it doesn't knock on anything because everything's a lot tighter now with this new manifold. Sent the diff away, got it straightened as it was warped, and put some new bushes in the back. So that's where we're up to. That's what you're going to see happen. Here's the diff. I've pulled it out. It's going to get sent away. They're going to check it out for me. I think it might be a little bit warped. The bearings and the ends of the axles seem a bit tight. It might have warped when I welded it and my jig wasn't good enough. I'm also going to put a non-collapsible spacer in the pinion bearing there so they can settle that up. I'm not too keen on like doing the whole internal diff stuff. I don't have the jigs or the tools really, and let a professional do that sort of thing. But there's the diff. Also, here's the bushes in the rear arms. They are absolutely chopped out. When I was fanging this on the street a little bit, the whole rear end was moving enough that it was like flexing and twisting up onto the shocks. So that's not cool. They do Nolthane or Super Pro bushes for this car, so I'll probably just get them. And I might strengthen that arm because that's like just this little thing, especially with the big cam and the 200 shot of nitrous. I don't know how well this will handle it. There we go, arms are in, got the new bushes on the bottom, still got to do the panhard bar, but that's no big deal. Here they are, they got that grease that they say to put on it, try and keep it from squeaking, but at the end of the day, this doesn't see much street duties anymore, so, you know, there we go. The engine mounts are fabricated and they're sitting in the car. This side is TIG welded up. This side was MIG welded up for no particular reason. I just wanted to MIG one and TIG one, bit of practice. They're not finished yet, like they're all welded up, but they're not finished. Like I'm going to round off all the edges and give them a coat of paint. But we'll be pulling out the motor soon to put the camshaft, so it doesn't really matter. This side, same thing, finish it. I'll round all this off, make it look all nice, then paint it. Now that it's solid where we want it, we can make a new exhaust manifold. We have a box full of bends, some leftover bends from when we did it. That's my jig for making manifolds. Got some new plates. Here is the original manifold. If you remember it, it's terrible with flow, I would say. Just look at it. Like, I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I was thinking just let's get it done. But now I have a hoist in a shed. It should be a lot better. Passenger side, perfectly fine. I like that manifold. It looks cool. Does the job. This one, however, not so good. I want this guy to come down into it, and I might do 2 pipes. So I'll show you. This is the space we're dealing with. This is a 2 1/4 inch pipe. Does not fit. So it's a bit of a problem. If we come down through here, it'll fit, but when you turn the car, the steering box will smack it. The best thing to do would be to put a steering rack in this, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to and I can't be bothered. So I'll probably run maybe 2 pipes, I don't know yet. I'll just start, mocking some stuff up and we'll work on it as we go along. Here's a bit of start on the manifold. This front one's going to come down, go around underneath behind the other one, down the back there. This one is going to swoop down underneath it and then past the steering box. That top one is going to have to come down and probably join into this one as nicely as possible. And this front one there, well, it's front one. The second one is going to come down and then join into him underneath there. So if we go underneath the car, I'll show you, but there's definitely like no space to run any more pipes. As you can see, they are very close to everything. They're not welded onto the flange, so they can fall out and smash me in the face. I'm not going to touch them, but that's how it's going to kind of look. And hopefully nothing gets cooked. And then what I will do is I'll have it come out and then come to 3" and then be good, but I may have to take the steering box like out and in at the same time as installing these things, so we'll just have to make do with what we can do. Here's where we're up to with the whole manifold situation. It's coming along pretty nice. This one's not welded in, it's just sitting in there. These two are tacked on, but they're 2 separate pipes, so it shouldn't warp the manifold. I've got a bit of 3" down the bottom. They sort of merge to it. There's some pretty big gaps here, but once I weld it up a bit, I'll hammer them in, and then I'll just fill up the huge gaps with my welder. I've squished the pipe so it's an oval so it fits, but guess what? Still doesn't fit, so I'm gonna have to cut something off in the car. It's quite a hard one to make, but I think it's coming along pretty nice. It looks quite nifty, and it should flow twice as much as the other one. Anyway, there it is. Let's cut some stuff off. So I've gone and bolted the exhaust manifold on, and now I'm starting to pack up and make the whole system. So this is where we're up to, right? Manifold's on. I've made these pipes. This one comes down through a hot dog. Cutout's just here. Other side's the same. Comes down through the hot dog. cutouts there, same spot. This one then continues to come around under the prop shaft. It's pretty close, but it doesn't touch. It comes down, it's all just tacked up at the moment through a flex joint, goes down and will connect to the rest of the system. After the cat goes nice and small down to the standard system because it's funny. This part here just comes in, links up with the side of that 3-inch. If we want to change it up, we can always just chop that off, put a full 3-inch system, but most of the time we'll have these open when we race it anyway. All this stuff is just for engineering purposes. So now I'm just making some hangers. I've made this one just here. It takes up on where I made the tail shaft loop. So I just need to weld a bar on this pipe, no big deal. And then take off all the things, because this is not fully welded. I've just welded it up with MIG on the car. This is all finished. But you know, it's coming along. Should have it done pretty soon. Then I'll paint it with that exhaust black. And these, they don't turn down quite enough because I've tried to sneak them up there as good as I can. So this one I'm gonna make a nice bit of pipe and I'll bring them down a little bit. Bit of stainless welding, make something looks nice. Not gonna purge it, but whatever. So there you have it, guys, all done. Sounds awesome. If you like this one, check out my other videos and I will see you in the next one.